to Action. What's up, good people? You tuned into another edition of the Can I Talk My Shift podcast, yo. The number one place for emotional management and emotional intelligence. It's your boy, Sam Walker Inspo on all platforms with the lovely Lashawn G.
What's up, you guys? What do we do?
What's the deal?
Hey.
Yeah, hey.
What's up? What it do? It do nothing. It do everything. We've been busy this week.
Yo, busy.
So busy. So much
It's been crazy. It's been crazy.
This is gonna be an off the cuff episode.
Yeah, I think that it's one of those things that we need to do, to be more candid.
Every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then. Of course, our shows are structured. If it's your first time tuning in, we welcome you. We're usually very structured with how we do our content, how we do our podcast, the information that we give you. But today, free roaming. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm okay with that. I'm
free
all right
range.
with that. Before we get into it, even though it's going to be free range convo, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Don't just watch the videos and then let it be. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. Matter of fact, go ahead and pause right now. Right now. Click subscribe, then click unpause and get back to watching. We'll give you a second. Okay. Now that you have subscribed, go ahead and share it with your people, because we gonna always provide value, even in this candidness that we call today's podcast.
They gonna look at what I just did and be like, yo, that boy is glitching in the matrix. I was frozen.
Oh man. But yeah, we got to get that house cleaning stuff out of the way. We got to tell them who we wearing. We got stuff to talk about, but
yeah, I mean, we'll let them know, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, we can't just come out the gate.
Yes, we can.
Let them see the gold shining.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
The white, pristine on camera.
Ding.
Yeah, this is to entice you audio listeners out there to go ahead and see what we talking about, what we got on. You know what I'm saying? It is fly. It's fly.
Super
for
fly.
sure.
So you want to tell them what it is?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nah, not yet, yo.
How was your week?
You know how my week was.
I do, but they don't.
I spent every waking moment with you this past week.
Everyone.
Every single moment.
Except in the middle of the day.
Okay. Well, yeah. But I text you.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase that. You text me.
Yeah.
And I text you back. And then we text each other.
Yes.
So you know how my week went.
But they don't know.
I know. It was just a joke.
I know. It was a long week, you guys. Listen, we don't talk about all the things that we have going on. And maybe you're like this too. But we are out and about all the time. All the time. This is just that season for us right now. And when you are a couple who is, who you're exclusive and you work together, you get to see all of the waves, right? You get to see all of the waves, all the emotions, all of the, fluctuations of everything. And I feel like these last couple of weeks have been, few weeks have been like that. We've been on a wave and we have been going and going and going. I've been going to sleep at, 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. Last night I went to sleep at 3 in the morning. No, not last night, the night before last. We've been doing a lot. We do, our business work. I have a business, he has a business, we have a business together. We've been working very, very hard on that. We do side hustles, we work it out. We're not going to be abstract and vague with you. We work it out. We do side work that, also supplements what we do in our business. And so, sometimes we be tired, but we still got to come on the pod for them.
Ain't no sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah, I've learned to not complain about it. Not saying that you are, because you're not. I'm just saying for the viewers and the listeners out there, we asked for this. Mm-hmm. We've asked for a transition from a 9 to 5, right? Which has been a while since we've actually had a real go-to 9 to 5. It's been years. To now transitioning into full-fledged entrepreneurship and business and owning our business or businesses. You add in the couple element to that. I mean, it's just been like a rocket ship into this side of entrepreneurship. And I love it. I love every minute of it. I love the good. I love the indifferent because there's nothing really bad. And once you kind of step out of that framing of good and bad, which is a part of emotional intelligence and management, you start to really see things in a different light. And everything that happens for you. But in this case, everything that happens to us is really happening for us.
Right.
You know? And I think that's an important piece to add on to what's going on in our life, because we ask for everything that's going on right now. Even with this podcast, taking it week by week, looking at the analytics and the engagement grow every week, little by little. I get excited about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, excited.
I know I can see how it can also be frustrating too.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
it is.
No one talks about the slow growth.
Right.
You know, everyone talks about this is where they started. They tell a little bit about the middle, where the transition happened, and then they talk about where they are now. And I feel like we are literally living in the grunt work of it.
We're in that right in between stage.
Yeah.
So I got a couple friends who they do things at a very high level, right? And I tap in with them every week. They're always like, hey, we watching. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what y'all got is dope. Keep it up. Don't stop. Be consistent, right? And even them having the conversation, they're like, yo, it's very early in the stage of your podcast, but I can tell you, like, you're on that cusp. You're on that brink of something changing for y'all that's really going to be like unexpected, but it's going to be everything that you needed. It's like it all falls into place.
Yeah.
And I hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? With those people who have done those high level things, right? And within and throughout the industry, I hold on to those things, those conversations, right? The work that I've done with them goes to show, when you are consistent, like, things are going to happen.
Yes.
They don't happen when you want them to happen, but when they do happen, it feels like it was right on time.
Yeah. I got the sweetest gift this week from one of my most dear friends. I was out all day, had been out, wasn't thinking about anything except coming home, showering, eating, spending time with you, and going to bed. That's it.
Yeah.
And he is saying, basically, he's making a leading statement, and I'm not even paying attention. And he's asking for a throw blanket. Now, we have throw blankets in all the spaces. So I was like, you already have one. He's like, well, just get another one. I need another one. So I look into the space, into the ottoman where the throw blankets are, and on top of the lid of the ottoman, there's this dozen yellow roses and a card. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see it when I walked in the door. Didn't notice it. And I was so excited about it. And I thought he'd gotten them for me. He was like, I don't know where they came from. He said, I just saw them on the front at the front door. And it's so funny because now I'm like, well, who knows where, because the card had the envelope had my name on it. So I'm like, who been watching me? I'm thinking it's like a stalker or somebody, and, ready to call the police.
Man, listen. Let me tell y'all real quick before she finished, right? I've really gauged this whole interaction. From the time that I said, let me get that throw blanket, and she seen the flowers, she was super excited about it. And then when I threw that little caveat in there of, I ain't get them things, I'm trying not to curse y'all, so I ain't get them. And she looked at me like, oh, you're serious? You didn't get them. She didn't have that look like, oh, I know who got them for me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It wasn't that.
Right.
So I was like, because the first thing that came to my mind was, who in the world know where we at. And who know your favorite flowers like that?
Right.
Your favorite color, I should say. Not your favorite flowers, but your favorite color. But I ain't jump to no conclusions. You know what I'm saying? I didn't jump the gun. I ain't do none of that. Because I'm very confident in what we got.
Yeah.
But it did kind of like... So I saw the card. And it's cool. We can talk about it on camera now. I saw the card. I was like, man, let me open this card and see who this is, yo. Real talk. Because I didn't know if it was like somebody, you know what I mean? Whatever. So I just I didn't read it. I just opened it, look at the bottom. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Put that back in there, move that inside, keep it pushing. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I opened it, it made me teary-eyed because I'm not going to like read the card for you guys, but just to his sentiment of his friends letting him know, slow growth, like it's cool, like keep going, keep going. This friend, she basically did the same thing. Like that day, she did the same thing. And it was really just a reminder to me, I've been doing this online entrepreneurship thing, really putting energy into it since 2015, and while I've seen success, I've seen growth, I've seen stagnancy, I've seen it all. And I'm just now getting to a place where I'm really in a good groove and I am embracing that grow slow moment. It just reminded me, girl, you've been doing this. Like, you're not new. It's just about remembering what you've done and remembering like this stuff is still valuable. This stuff is still value. This information is still value. And even though it's from a completely different industry than what I'm doing now, I have the ability to capture an audience. I have the ability to, give people information and value that they need. And so her card just really made me remember that, and really was just that yeah, I got to keep going. Like, I can't stop. And now that, I have you in my life where we can do this together, we're choosing it. Because let me just say, I would not recommend exactly how we're doing what we're doing. Let me just say that. The same way people are like, y'all be talking about couples goals, relationship goals. We ain't no goals. Like, I'm saying that about our transition into what we're doing. I wouldn't recommend it, but it works for us. It's working for us. Now. And even though it's not working in the exact route that we wanted to, it's working.
Yeah, I was going to say, it. Even in those moments when it didn't feel like it was working, it was still working.
Yeah,
It's when you put that expectation piece on there. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I mean, I have a transparent moment real quick. Even with the books, right? The books that we sold, you know how many times I've been like, man, this just ain't it. Like, I'm just not like, yeah, I can write cool, but that's it. Like, I ain't meant to be like an author. I'm not meant to just sell like my story, tell my story, and structure it in a way where you can find benefit in it. Like, I was just like, nah. But every time that happens, I always either get a text message, I get a purchase from somebody, right, or I get a DM from someone who has read the book, that bought the book a while ago. And then they're just now getting to a place where they read it or something. And then they send me the message. They're like, yo, this thing changed my life. Yo, this chapter right here, bro, that's crazy. I never would have viewed it this way.
If I was thinking about it, I would have brought a book over here.
Man.
So you can even read some of it to the people, because it really is so much value. But I get it. Like, there are times where, you feel away.
When I see certain people on social media, and kudos to them, man, because they really getting at it. Who knows how long they've been getting at it. I'm looking at they chapter 11, and I'm on chapter 3. And so you can't compare chapters. Right. If you're not in the same chapter as a person.
Right. Or even the same book.
Same thing, And so
you can't judge it. What they have done in whatever amount of time they've done it in and whatever method they've done it in.
It's theirs. That's
Right.
them. That's
It's
theirs.
theirs.
And what's for you will be for you, and what's for me will be for me, and what's for us will be for us. Right? So I still learn as I go. It's not like, oh, I got all the answers, you know, because if I did, then there would be no point in me being here
Exactly.
on the planet no more. You know, we always learning.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers me.
Yeah. So I'm tripping. I've been sipping the whole time.
I know.
Lemonade, coconut water, spring water. For those who want to know.
What is this? Strawberry rosé.
Yeah, strawberry rosé.
Yes. But yes, so the cheers was to that sentiment. Like
Yeah.
what is for someone else, it is for them.
Yeah.
And what is for you is for you. What is for us is for us. And guess what? We can all win. We all can win.
We
There
all
is
are
enough
winning.
for everyone.
We all winning.
We all are winning.
We all winning. Listen, even in the times right now with gender wars happening, with obscene obscurity happening on social media, right? The overly overt need for attention. The laying down of morals for virality. You can still be you and build an audience and grow slow. I'm just telling you now, you don't have to do that. Of course, there will become a crossroads where that happens because that's everyone's story. Because brands evolve every 5 years, they do a change. And so what happens is, what I'm realizing is that it seems like time is being sped up. And so people who are building audiences and building brands, they don't do it within the 5 year span, right? Because time just feels like it's moving so fast, especially when you're on social media. It's like dog years.
Yes.
So people claiming these rebrands, but really they're really getting to who they really wanted to be in the beginning. And a lot of the times I'm seeing people where how you may say, oh, look at them. They giving up their morals and I feel like that's who they always wanted to be.
Yes.
They just actually now got the opportunity to do it and get paid for it, so they feel like it's all right.
Right.
You know, whereas there are some who learn to play the game, and that's what we're learning to do, is play the game, but still stay true to who we are.
Yeah.
And what the mission is.
But I think that we, specifically us, I think that we are coming more into who we are without laying down of morals, right? I mean, I don't think we ever had this moral values issue, this core values issue where we just threw them to the wayside for social media, online means, whatever. But I do feel like, I'll just speak in my case, and you could probably agree or share your side. I just wasn't playing big. You know, I've always been myself. I'm sure people have always been some of their selves, but when it comes to your true self, like, how can I live all the way out loud, 100% me, even if it's weird, even if other people judge it, even, you know, without regard to any of that? It took me a while to get to that. But I've always been some of myself in it. I just either suppressed it, hid it under the rug, or, you know, thought that, I don't know, maybe, oh, I'm shining too bright. Let me not, you know, that's how I have personally felt.
Yeah, that part.
Let me not do that because that person is not going to get the shine that they deserve. And just over time realizing, you know, I could shine, they could shine, you know, we all could shine bright. Like,
We all can
hella
shine.
bright. And doing that and being myself, playing big, going, for the taking risks, going for being courageous, going for being bold over, no, I'm gonna wait. I do still see glimpses of it, where it's like, I don't know. I'm not ready to do that, but I know that there is a return when I play big.
I got you. Maybe I look at it like this. You said you were playing small. Mm-hmm. I just say you weren't playing whole. And the reason why I say that is because now I spin it back to me. Every aspect of who I was in certain points was just one part of me.
Yeah.
Not the whole totality.
Yeah.
So I would fixate on that one attribute and then try to make that a thing and negate and dismiss
and forget the
other parts. See what I'm saying? And I think that's what playing small is.
Yeah.
Right? In a way. But you did say something important where I can definitely attest to that, where it's like putting myself, like shrinking myself for the sake of other people, certain friends, whatever. Yeah, I definitely did that. Yeah. Definitely gave a lot of my power away throughout my lifetime. For sure.
Yeah, don't shrink, guys.
Yeah,
don't shrink for anybody. Don't shrink for your mama. Don't shrink for your dad. Don't shrink for your siblings, your aunties, your grandparents, your friends, your coworkers. Don't shrink for your boss. Like there is some type of magic that I can't get. I don't have a word for. I don't have the actual language for. Other than there is a miraculous thing inside of us that when we don't shrink, when we are our whole selves, that produces a spark where when we are in it, people notice it and they fall into it. Meaning not meaning like you are like trying to control everyone, but it's a commanding type presence that happens, and you'd be surprised how much goodness happens for you. How when the opportunities come, and people will tie that to manifestation and affirmations. Yes, absolutely, those things help you to be your full self. But even if you never heard of a mantra or an affirmation, when you are just your full self with love and kindness, right? When you're your full self, something really, really beautiful happens. And so I just want to encourage you guys to play big, don't shrink for anyone.
Yeah, don't. That life is well beyond me now. You know what I'm saying? But I can still remember those feelings like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And so, yeah, everything that you're saying is facts. 1,000%.
Yeah. Because when you can do that, you flourish everywhere when you could just be yourself.
Man.
Like, you flourish everywhere. My relationship with you is the most full and flourishing and fulfilling relationship that I've ever had. And I mean with anybody, even with my twin, even with my siblings, even with my parents, like my best friends. Like, this is the most fulfilling and filling and energetically connected relationship that I have had, because I am my full self. And now it's trickling outward, right?
Yeah.
It's trickling out to my family, my friends, the people that are closest to me and us. They see it. Not that people didn't see it before. They just didn't see all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that part. I'm grateful that, you have been a true, helpful asset.
Trying to get your boy to cry on camera, yo.
In that way. No, for real.
Trying to get me to shed a tear for on real. The pod, yo.
It's very real.
Sheesh.
There's nothing that I can't say
Yeah.
or can't feel around you. You know, things, there's nothing I can't say to you, talk with you about, and not feel unprotected, not feel unsafe, not feel uncared for. You know, I always feel safe and protected and cared for and loved and empathized with. And even if you don't like it, you at least give me the space to say it.
Yeah.
And or be it. And then you know, after it's all said and done, if it's something that is opposite of what you may think, feel, or say, you share that with me. But it doesn't cause such a ruffle that it's like, oh, it's the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes people get stuck right there.
Nah, for sure. Firstly, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. That made my day. Yeah. I'm gonna have to follow up now with something amazing. That'll come in just a second. But no, what I'm learning in this relationship is what it means to hold space for someone, right? Because when your goal is to remain in a union, you start to align with the things that will keep that union intact. That means pushing back a egotistical answer or an impulse answer, right? From something that may have happened in my past that I may see that you do slightly. It gives me remnants of something that happened, right? But it comes from a completely different intention from you. But I try to equate it to something that happened back then. So herein lies a situation where I can either respond the same way or come from it at a different angle with a different set of patience, right? Understanding who I'm dealing with, remembering that you're on my team, right? Because that's what happens. We go right to divide.
Right.
The minute that there's any kind of conflict, it's in our nature to go right to divide. Oh, it's you against me now. And it's who's going to win this argument.
Right.
Right? Like that's just how we've been raised. So to step out of that framing and to being to where we are now and learning about the importance of and the necessity for emotional management, I be like, yo, sometimes when we done, like we have our small disagreement, right? Or if it's a little bit bigger, it's cool. And we laying in bed and I be like, yo, that was actually kind of dope what happened. Like when I really look at it all, play back and how we handled it. And those are the things that I look at in our relationship that make me be like, yeah, this is way different than anything that I've been in.
Yeah.
All because of the energy that you're providing and I'm providing, right? Because we mirror one another a lot.
Right.
And I realized that. So I think for the sake of everyone listening, it's important to know that when you're going through some struggles, some challenges, ask yourself if the person is mirroring some things, some insecurities about like that are within you.
Yes.
You know, like don't always project outward and say, oh, you. Turn that mirror around and say me.
Because 90% of the time it is
right.
something, even if you're not like cognizant of it.
Yeah.
It's something
that's
inside you that either you are denying or you're like, I don't want that to be seen.
Yeah.
Because we have experienced that. Yeah. I've experienced that.
I give a perfect example. All right, so I was in the military, right? In the military, they force you to be organized. They force you to be very clean. Even though I'm already a clean person, I had to be cleanly, or I had to have cleanliness against my own will, right? And so I go through this whole span of time where I'm being told what to do, how to do it all the time. I had that uniform inspections, all of that, the unimaginable and unthinkable ways that you have to present yourself. Right. And so now fast forward into our relationship. you like to make the bed every day. Every day. I mean, there's not one wrinkle in the daggone sheets, yo. It seems like you run an iron over that bad boy as soon as we get up out of there.
Yeah.
Right? All right. And early on, it used to irk me so much because I'd be like, why is she so hard pressed on having this bed pristine? Because it reminded me of the military, right? But that's not, I'm going to go deeper now because I'm going to give y'all an example of mirroring and how this may be able to help y'all if you're having some challenges. So I had to ask myself, why is her organization, why is that bothering me so much? Right? And the reason why it was bothering me, right, you having the bed so straight and narrow and perfect, right, is because you knew what you liked for yourself. You knew what you liked. Yeah. And so because you knew exactly what you liked, you did it. And you would do it every day without a problem.
Right.
See, it wasn't about the bed more than it was about you knowing yourself.
Oh boy, that's a good one. I did not know that.
Right. Because for me, I did it because I was told to do it. Not because it had any value for me.
Yeah.
But you found value in that. So here it is, you're mirroring something that's missing in me. Although small, it unlocked a big thing for me. Right. Where it was like, oh snap. Dang. Wow. Look at that.
I did not know
I was
that.
like, yo, look at that. I said, yo, she knows what she wants to do. Even if it's just that small thing, it's like, but you know, this is what you like. It ain't nobody telling you. It ain't like, oh, I was taught this way. It's like, no, this is what I want.
Right. Right.
And that ruffled me. The fact that you knew what you wanted. Because I was getting up, not really knowing what I wanted. So the bed be disheveled because I'm climbing up out of there and I'm going about my day. But as I'm going about my day, I'm not really knowing what to attack. I'm not really knowing my mission at that time or my purpose. It was just going through the motions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you was getting up and you knew. See what I'm saying? So it was less about the bed and it was more about me.
Oh, that's good. Oh, did you guys catch that?
So
did you catch it?
And again, this is what understanding your emotions, your triggers, traumas, and all of that. You don't get that level of depth in the beginning. Like I said, we've been doing this for years now, right? Yeah. This kind of work, and those things come to you. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times in relationships, we give up on them before we can even have the real breakthrough. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so focused on the other person and what we believe that they're doing to us intentionally, not really thinking about, well, they may have been operating like that for 5 years, 5 relationships. Is that what you want to put up with? Are you able to do it? Are you able to correct it? Is your partner coachable? But are you able to deliver it in a way that comes from love versus trying to control the situation and force them to change? Right. Can you just change how you show up in that situation? So then that person notates that and then that makes them change. Yeah. It's a lot of elements.
And some people won't change.
It's a lot of elements to it though.
It is like optimally up to you to change yourself first.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only thing that you can.
Yeah. They tell you come healed to a relationship. Man, I'll be honest.
Ain't nobody healed.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Follow me on this, y'all. All right. You gonna come healed to your relationship. You healing all of your past traumas and past relationship ordeals, right? But then you jump in this new relationship and you experience something that you've never experienced before, which then uproots something that you may not be able to get to because the trigger hasn't been there for you to deal with it. So how can you come to a relationship healed when relationships bring something new out of you every time.
Right.
They do bring out some of the old stuff, but they bring out new stuff too. So I think that when people say that, they're only fixating on one part.
Yeah.
And I just be like, I don't agree all the way. I think, you need to be able to have some things in place for yourself, right? Because you don't want to be blowing up on your partner and, you know what I'm saying, showing your wounds and all that. But
right.
Nah, man, like relationships are going to bring something else out of you that you haven't dealt with.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that's just because that's a part of the growth process.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to a relationship healed and I come to a relationship healed and then we just continue to move forward, right? Does that mean that everything is going to be perfect from that point on?
That would be the thought process, but no.
But that's cap.
It's so cap.
It's cap.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
Because if you're both healed and you're going on this path, then there's no room to go up.
Right.
There's no room to go, explore over here who you are as individuals so you can come back together and say, hey, this is what I learned.
Yeah.
I don't like this anymore. I thought I did, but,
yeah.
So I like this now and I didn't know I liked it.
That honesty, I think you got to come prepared to be honest.
Yes.
And that in turn is a stage of healing. But you got to be honest. And I don't think I think we are really hesitant to be honest. Mm-hmm. Like we put on that perfect avatar for the person when we meet them, right?
Yeah.
I'm more liable to come to a table and be like, yo, like, all right, man, check this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be flat out honest with you. I've been dealing with some very severe anxiety. And I'm really just now getting a grip on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it may manifest in this relationship.
Yeah.
Or in this friendship that we building. But I'm just here to tell you, like, yo, it's something that I've really been working on. And I know that it puts us in a vulnerable space because the person could be like, the evil hands. Oh, yeah, I'm finna take advantage. Or they could be like, yo, I respect that. Mm-hmm. This is what I've been working on. I've had crying spells the last 7 months and don't know why.
Yeah.
And then now y'all start a conversation about that, right? But then they'll say, oh, that's trauma bonding. Is it? Is it really?
Or is it just being vulnerable to the experience that you're in?
Yeah. So it's so many ways to look at it, though. But I'm telling you, that truth will get you through it.
Yeah, it will.
That truth will get you there.
It will. Man, what else is going on, though? Like, what else? I mean, we've talked about, one thing that I did hear this week that made me smile. Was it this week? We had a repost on snippets of the podcast, and the viewer, she said, I'm paraphrasing, but she basically was like, it's so good to see a couple on, talking about things that unify us versus things that divide men and women. You actually see a couple talking about being unified, being harmonious, coming together versus divisive talk.
Yeah.
And that really made me feel good. It made me feel good, and it made me be like, what is really going on out here? Because what kind of conversations are happening? Maybe I'm missing them. They don't come up on my explore page or through my feed, or I don't listen to them, where people are literally dividing, men and women, and not looking at how can we come together? How can we, have a solid union, whether that's romantic, whether it is a working relationship or a friendship. Mm-hmm. What's really going on? Why are people why is everybody trying to one up everybody?
You want to know what I think?
I would love to know what you think.
Yeah, I think that people don't really know how addicted they are to drama.
Yeah.
When you're in a relationship and there's no drama per se, You're not with the dramatics, and it's boring.
That's what they think.
Right. They think that it's boring. And so when something is boring, then there must be something wrong. Because that's what we've been programmed to think. And boring has a negative connotation. But what does boring mean, though, for real?
Right.
I don't know what it means. Yeah. I'm going to keep talking real quick while she pulls it up. Because here's the thing. When you're in a relationship and you get to the, 3-4 years, whatever, and you start to really settle in and things kind of get routine, it forces you to evolve, to get creative. And nobody likes to get to that point. They just like to have all of the wow factor and they don't want to get settled into something. So what does boring mean?
So from the Oxford Dictionary, boring is an adjective that means not interesting and tedious. So other synonyms are dull, monotonous, repetitive, repetitious, unrelieved, flat, dreary, wearisome. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Right.
Ordinary, unusual. It says unusual.
So when they talk about the spark is gone. It's like, well, what made up the spark? So when we ask ourselves that question, what made up the spark between who I'm dealing with and myself? It was because you didn't really know what was going to happen next. Mm-hmm. Now that you know, it's like, okay, I need the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So you get addicted to that.
That's like a high, man. You're trying to chase this. That's exactly what it sounds like. You're trying to chase this one moment all over again every day. That is tedious.
There you go.
That is tedious. Now, if you want to like spice up, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Let's do something different that we've never done before together. Let me show you this. But trying to create a spark every day, I'm sorry. There are days where I just need naps.
Right. So, because if you really think about it, let me not say that. It's not appealing to look at a couple online who's been together for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Right? Because you got a youth that's coming in who is just in the beginning stages of that process. Chapter 1, they're on chapter 20. Mm-hmm. So they feel like it's such a far gap, not realizing that, that's a good representation of where you can end up. You should probably listen. But they can't get past the drama and the stress part of and the anxiety of when you're getting into a relationship with someone. All the beginning stage stuff. Right? All the mud in the beginning.
Or the mud at year 5 or 7 or 12. Yeah. Like, because it's not like you don't hit roadblocks. It's not like that they just stop once you get to this magical, longevity driven year. It's like things still come up. It's just how you handle them.
Yeah. The dramatics.
How you handle yourself and then how you handle the situation.
They can't get past the dramatics.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not for the dramatics.
Right. And so cause think about it, when you have a life that's full of drama and then when you get into a relationship where the drama it like ceases or it's very few moments, you be like, yo, what is wrong? You asking yourself the wrong question. You asking like, what's wrong now? It's like, no, what was wrong then?
Yes. Yes. What was wrong back then?
What was going on with me back then? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the drama addicts will ask it the other way. No, it's just not. It ain't enough.
Yeah.
You ain't pushing my buttons and you ain't, You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a lot of that going on right now. Again, a lot of lying going on. People acting like they're not hurt when they hurt. A whole lot of that
Goodness.
You know?
Well, I definitely say prayers for those who just really are stuck in it. They just really in it and don't even know they're in it. Or they may know they're in it and don't know what to do. Whether it's constant people pleasing, whether it's the dramatics, whether it's always looking for something wrong.
Yeah.
Always trying to one up, in a relationship. What is up with this competition in relationships too? I don't get it. Again, these things are things that make me tired.
You sure?
They make me tired.
You an Aries.
That's all right. I mean,
Competitor.
Listen, I am a competitor. I've been a competitor 3/4 of my life so far. However, at a point, it's like, I'm good.
Got you. Okay.
It's yeah. We turn it on and off really, really well.
Well, creation over competition. So there's a thing where the world is like obsessed with competition.
Yeah, completely. I mean, you see that. I'm not downing sports, but you see it in
that's what it's all based off of.
As a spectator.
Yeah.
Even in spectating, there is competition.
That's what I'm saying.
We just rode up the street today, y'all, and there's a game going on in the city. And we rode past a parking lot that was charging $100 to park your car.
They did.
To park your car.
Right in front of the stadium.
And then there was another one, I don't know if you saw it, on the opposite side of the stadium, and they were charging $60. Maybe in comparison to the other one, maybe the other one was maybe a block away or half a block away from the stadium. This one was like 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Charging $60.
$60. There was one that was $40 down the street, a little further, a couple lights down. Then right outside of the apartments, it was like $20. Yes. Yeah, I was kind of crazy.
But it's like, nobody's in the game. Everybody's outside the game. Tailgating. So you are paying to get as close to the stadium as you can so that y'all can barbecue. And I did hear some people did have TVs up in their sections, in their tailgating sections.
Seen that one indoor outdoor spot.
Yes.
They had that big TV.
And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're competing for who got the best tailgate space.
They had a spot outside of the stadium, and they had they had 3 TVs plugged up. They weren't on the wall. They were plugged up on tables.
Yeah.
But you could literally go from that restaurant and maybe go a block up and you're at the stadium.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I don't get. I mean, if I can't get in the game, I'm not going to the vicinity of the game.
I mean, I feel you.
I'm just not. And if I am as close as we are, I'm taking an Uber.
Yeah.
Like, or Lyft or whatever people are doing these days.
But that's the thing. Competition is what's going on in these streets.
Yeah.
In the social media streets, in the real streets, in the boardrooms.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Everything stems from some type of competition.
Everyone just wants to one up. I just want to have some love. That's
while we create over here, that's what we got going on. Creative juices. Figuring out the next 7 months from business to personal.
Yeah.
I mean, we got things going on.
We do. And we'll keep you guys posted on those things.
We're learning to be more transparent because I think coming from an era where we had to be mysterious, and I always look at it from like, again, the music back in the day, that's crazy. The 90s and the 2000s. When you say that, there was a lot of mystique around artists and even actors in movies, right? Yeah. Like you only saw them when it was like their summer, right? Or that movie came out, and that's when you see them on their press runs and all that. Now it's completely opposite. You need to be as open and in your face every day in order to gain an audience, right? And so I'm learning that I've been on the back end of that. And I'm trying to see, me personally, I'm just trying to see, well, what do I want to give? What do I not want to give?
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing. And so we're learning it as we go.
And I've actually been on that side of like, I gotta show. You know, I've done that in business where, you know, I was on Instagram every day, in my stories the whole entire day. Like, you get little nuggets all throughout wherever I was, even if it was just a small clip. I've done that. I've also gone completely dark.
Okay.
Where I wasn't posting anything. I wasn't sharing anything. Now that we're in this space where we're trying to discern, what do we share? What do we, you know, post? What do we talk about? I have to learn it all over again.
Yeah.
It's hard to get back online. And if you follow either one of us on our stories, we still don't show like random spots throughout our day, but I'm learning to do that again.
Yeah.
I have to remember, like, if I have a business and it's on, and, you know, some of it is, you know, through online means, then I might want to give the people a little taste of me online, just in the things that I do throughout my day. And is it mundane? Yeah. Is it routine? Yeah. But, you know, the fact that you get to see what is going on, you know, how I'm working on a project, you know, what I'm thinking about, if something just pops up in my head really quick to share, those are things that I have to get back into doing again. So I've been on both sides of it, and there is something to just being present.
I got you, yo. I'm rocking with it.
And like not getting online at all.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
maybe
rocking with you.
You know, you do some stuff ahead of time and put some things in automation, but like there is nothing like putting the phone down and just being present.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. So what you're witnessing is our evolution as we conjoin the parts together, put them all together, put the pieces together, and you're going to see a evolution. You're going to see a level up. And when you look, you're going to be like, dang, they really did that.
Yeah.
In front of us. Like right in front of us. That's really what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, listen, love, I think that it's time for us to say goodbye to all our podcast friends.
And sending them off with the book of the day.
Wait, I forgot. We didn't show love. If you guys have not realized, and maybe you haven't because we haven't said anything, I feel like every week there's something that we have on or we show that is from a small business, particularly Black owned, but we don't discriminate. Like we love all of our small businesses. And today we got on a little bit of Own Your Greatness. This says, mind the business that pays you.
What song is playing in my head right
Something by Tupac.
No.
Oh.
Close. I mean, it's Nip.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway. Mind the business that pays you. This is from the brand YNG Gr8tness. Hashtag own your greatness. Hashtag how do you wear your greatness. Zena Conway is the creator, owner, founder of the brand. She has merch for adults. She has merch for littles. She has a whole entire ebook series on how to remain positive. She's the greatness router. I'm just going to put it like that.
Z. What it do?
Yeah. Semiotics on Instagram. So we got these hoodies because we both are hoodie folk. And this was just a really dope purchase. I really, really liked the style of this. It's simple, but it's a statement. And we will put her information down in the description box. And anything that you have seen in previous videos, I will link where you may be able to find them.
Fire.
Some stuff is like limited edition, and I don't know if that person even makes the stuff anymore. But
Yeah.
yes, that's who we got on today. We wearing our greatness today. And
Fire.
yes. Now, book of the week.
I was book of the day. It's
Book of the week. Yes.
It's book of the week, y'all. See, look
Book
at
of
this.
the week.
And we not editing that out.
Nope.
We gonna keep it all the way real and trilling here. You know what I think the book of the week should be?
What?
What was it called? The one you just created.
The book that I just created?
Yeah.
The guide?
It's a guide.
It's a guide.
It's not a book.
It's not a book.
It's a PDF.
It is a PDF, but we do have a book that we created that we can share.
Okay.
I think it's time.
All right.
Guys.
Yeah, all right. We can bless them with the book.
So we've
that's
had
dope.
this in our back pocket for quite some time now. If you follow us, you know that sometimes we do post, portions of our life. Many of those portions of our life include food.
Food, juices, man.
We post
nutritious
juice
stuff.
of the day pretty much every day. We have learned the power of juicing. We have learned the benefits of juicing.
Big
and
facts.
we really have evolved into starting our days with fruit and vegetable, whatever blend, but fruits versus heavier foods, coming from the nutrition and fitness world, where we both have understood at one time breakfast supposed to be the biggest meal of the day, whatever.
Cap.
What we have learned is that, true optimal energy comes from the electric foods that grow
Man, you better say that.
every day for us.
You better say it again. What?
Yes. What we have learned is that the energy that we have and can sustain throughout most of our waking up, rising hours time, and throughout our day comes from the electric foods that we consume. And so for us, when we wake up, we have a juice. And so what we've created is the ebook called Juice Your Soul to Life.
To life.
Yes.
Juice your soul to life.
Yes, there's 20 plus juicing and juice shot recipes for beginners who have no idea what to do, where to start with juicing. It includes a how-to on even starting how to juice, tools that you need, where you can get said items, and it gives you tons of different, well, not tons, like I said, 20 plus varying recipes of different juices that we have tried, that are tried and true to us, that are constantly in our rotation.
Right. And those juices come with background stories on how they came to be, from the name to the ingredients inside and who was involved, and the different aspects of our life that are attached to those juices. So if you want to learn more about us, it's a win-win. If you want to learn more about juicing, it's a win-win.
Exactly.
For sure.
So what we will do is we will put the link to that ebook in the description of this video so that you can cop that. It is definitely an amazing resource. Like I said, we generally post a juice of the day every day, whether that is something that we create ourselves or something that we have found in the stores on the shelves that are of optimal natural quality, meaning the companies that we consume in the stores, their ingredients are literally fruit, filtered water,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And those companies are few far between.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But we found 3.
Yeah, 3.
Maybe
We
3.
vetted a lot.
Yes.
Yes. So, but we really strive to make our own.
Yes.
With this past week or 2 weeks, actually this past month, it's been a lot tougher to do that. We normally batch our juices. What that means is you'll learn when you get the book is to juice for 3 days or 4 days at most. You don't really want to go beyond that, but of course you can read about it in the book. But yeah, we normally do that. But because our life has gotten hectic really fast in these last months, we had to vet a couple companies to figure out which ones we wanted to drink when we didn't have the time to make it.
So yes, that is our book of the week.
Yeah, Juice Your Soul to Life, man. Written by Lashawn G and Samuel Walker, soon to be Lashawn G Walker. All right, so you can click the link down in the description and get that. Go grab it. It is a PDF. It's interactive, so you can click on different parts of the book or the document. It'll take you right to our store where you can purchase different juicers and different things that you're going to be using along your juice journey. And I'll give you the key takeaway is that we're setting you up so that way you can shift into the juicing lifestyle.
Yes.
Juicing is a lifestyle. It's not just a thing to do. It's a lifestyle change.
Yes.
And so just like any change, you need to be guided along the way. And that's what this is, a guide to set you up so that way you won't fall back into the thing you were trying to change from.
Yeah. We're not posing as, these dietitians, experts,
not even.
doctors, but this is what has helped us.
Yeah.
From our beginning stages of juicing, and we felt like it would help someone else who is in their beginning stages of juicing.
Big facts, yo.
Yeah.
So shout out to Z, mind the business that pays you. Shout out to us, Juice Your Soul to Life. Shout out to you, listening and viewing the Can I Talk My Shift podcast, man. If you were returning, big thank yous to you. If it's your first time, make sure you go back to previous episodes, man, and get caught up. And we'll see y'all next week.
Yes, indeed. Have a great one, guys. Again, don't forget to comment, share this video, subscribe to this channel. We appreciate you.
For sure. Shout out to fan base also. We out of here.
Later.